hopefully that works to fix my YouTube. I did not realize that if it was going through or not. Um, that is good to know, though, that if I ever lose power, it's not gonna. I have to restart YouTube. So, um, yeah, it was a specific subset of Baptist Church, and I was like, so I'm not with y'all, and I don't agree with half your stuff, but I want to help these people out and have hands to do it. If you'll have me, I'd rather not wing it solo and accidentally get in larger groups' way. Yeah, honestly, at any point in time, most people are just glad for the help. I know that for us it was a big thing with that. Um but yeah. I'm trying to see 3 and then increase. So I think this is 1 2. Ah. So what I might end up doing is one of these times, just kind of maybe even just teach y'all how to do some crochet. Um, they were like, "Oh, you're not a church member?" "No, ma'am, I'm pagan." "Oh, well, if you want to help, come sign up." Yeah, like I said, they're not gonna say no. Shoot. Uh, there, I think. One. Ah. Two. Three. And then two. One. Two. Is this 2 or 3 times? 3 times. Do. Here we go. 2. 3. And then an increase. And that's 2 and 1. But yeah, I was thinking about doing some YouTube videos teaching you how to do it, how to do some crochet, or there's a lot of stuff that I'm planning on doing, so no. 1 2. I just think it's such a fun skill. It's a fun hobby, and it's one that is definitely, it helps me a lot. Yeah, I think I got that right. Um, so 4. So then we do 1. We do 4. 1 2. They handed me a shirt, and I was like, I'm not a member here, and I'd really rather not, but they pointed out it helped with safety. That's true. So they knew to look for their own shirts in that specific color. I don't think muted dirt green is gonna stand out, but you make a good point. So I did. Yeah. 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 That would be something with safety that you should be doing, like a bright red or an orange or something bright, you know? Let me see. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I always wanted to go and help, but it never it never came to that until it hit my neighborhood. And it was kind of neat because the next day, I think it was the next day, uh, we had Red Cross come out, and as we were cleaning things up, and they were helping us clean things up, they gave us hot sandwiches from uh, from Chick-fil-A, and which, I'm not going to say no to a free to a free chicken sandwich when I'm hungry and we're cleaning things up and trying to get stuff out of our yard. Um I think it might have been Arby's too. I don't remember. I just know that it was a chicken sandwich of some sort. Um exactly. In that situation, free food is free food. It is. And like I said, when you've been working and trying to, you know, clean up your street and making sure everybody's okay and all of that. Yeah, free food is free food. Uh, it's been about 3 years since we got hit. Um, we have a new shed. Our shed finally got built and it's been done. We've had it for about a year now. Um, and uh, Somebody actually bought the people who lost their houses. They ended up moving. They demolished the houses, um, because they were just not salvageable whatsoever. Like there was a whole side of one, just you could see the bedroom and the bathroom and everything, as on the second floor as well as the living room underneath it. So it was like, oof. Um, but everybody was okay. No, I think only one person had to go to the hospital, but it was for minor injuries. So everybody was safe, which was good. Um, but somebody finally bought out the land that one of them was built in. Actually, I think the person bought two lots, so one lot and the one next to it, and so they're building a new house there. So we're seeing progress. But I mean, you can still tell the pathway that it took, um, because in our backyard we used to have trees everywhere, uh, and there used to be trees going all the way down. You couldn't see the next street over for all the trees. um, but what it did was it hit those four houses, and it skipped one house, it jumped over one house, and then it hit in their backyard, and then it railed all the way through four other backyards, including ours. Um, and so it took out all of those trees, and so you can see like so much further now because all of the trees got taken down. I think we had five in our backyard that we had to have removed. Um, it was crazy. Weather is nothing to play around with. It is intense. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to get my to see where I'm at. I do 4 rounds. I'm probably gonna end up having to frog this whole thing and redo it, but it's giving me something to do right now. Um, which is what I need. Not gonna lie, I do ask friends and family to try and avoid purchasing with them, but sometimes things happen. You need food, yeah, and it is what it is available that works with allergies or dietary restrictions, etc. Yeah, I feel more strongly about purchases that get money back to Rowling, yeah. And then the above opinions on Nian's personal take do not necessarily represent Nightshade Promise. Uh, but they are generally along the same lines as how I think as well. Sometimes it's all you got and it's all you can do. And you just try your best um uh to avoid it, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, and food is, yeah. It was just something. We were all starving. We all didn't have uh well, most of us didn't have any electricity, so we didn't have any stoves or anything like that running. Our microwaves weren't running. Um, so yeah, it was just very nice of them to me. Like the way that I felt, it was just very very sweet of them to come and help take care of us. And you know some people, I know the Red Cross at times can be somewhat problematic in some areas, but I think when it counts the most, it's the people that volunteer and come out and are just ready to help. Uh, it was very endearing, um, and it was an experience. So that it's one that I will not forget. That's for sure. Um, I probably should have counted these. Let me see. I'm coming around, so I got to do this 4 rounds. So this will be my second round around. Okay. So we supposed to have 18 stitches. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Come on. Nope. 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 9. 10. 11. 12. Might have it. 13. 14. Yep. 15. 16. 17. And 18. Perfect. It's always nice when it works out. Ugh, excuse me. Oh, my nose. Yeah, Salvation Army is way more problematic. I don't know what's up with charitable organizations that they're supposed to be about spreading love and care for fellow humans, also riding on bigotry, but yeah. Yeah, it, Salvation Army's like, I do a lot of thrifting. I don't go to Salvation Army. They hike up their prices anyway, like a lot. So, let me see. All right. So I need 2 more. 2 more rows, or rounds, I should say. For being distracted and talking while I'm like doing this, I'm doing pretty good. There are times where I have to like stop and re, you know, recount and make sure I have enough and all of that. Ugh. And it looks like I have an ad starting in a little less than a minute. Um, yeah, I really wanted to play some Final Fantasy tonight. That's just like, what the heck, Storm? Really? I guess that just means that I mean, well, we're planning on Thursday. We're planning on doing the Dune Awakening character creator. That's my plan. Um, and we shouldn't have, stupid, crappy, stormy weather either. So that's good. Um, it's always good. And we've got our ad break on Twitch. Yeah, I gotta do just one more. This pattern is very cute. It's also very forgiving. So it actually is kind of, it's not necessarily a good beginner pattern, but it is a good intermediate pattern. So if you know the basics of crochet and amigurumi, it's actually pretty easy, you know, to 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 do. Um, I've got other patterns that are much more complex, and there's a lot more decreasing and increasing and actually um, shaping of the yarn. It's pretty incredible. Um, let's see. Yep, I think that's it. So let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Well, I've got 19, so I think. How did I get 19? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, no, I just miscounted. That's fine. All right. So 2 single crochet and 1 increase 6 times. So 1, 2, let's see, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. Between 1954 and 2018, a gentleman in Australia named James Harrison donated blood and plasma 1,173 times, and it saved 2.4 million babies. That's crazy. That's awesome, too, though. Yep. Donating blood, that is, that being an organ donor, that stuff counts for sure. Yep. Um, trying to think of some of the stuff that's happened this week for me. When a mother and a baby have incompatible blood types, her immune system identifies it as an invader. He had a rare antibody that keeps that from happening. That's pretty cool. Actually, so my grandmother, the one that I recently lost in uh, at the beginning of January. So she had AML, uh, acute, myeloid leukemia. Um, It is one of the more aggressive forms of leukemia. It usually is fatal for the most part. Normally, to try and get rid of it, you need a you got to go through radiation, chemo, and have a bone marrow transplant. So this was back in 2006. Um, and this was her second bout with cancer. She originally had thyroid cancer. She had both kinds at the same time. Um, so, uh, so when she was going through the AML with the leukemia, they gave her a 10% chance of survival. Um, well, as things progressed, she went through her chemo, she went through her radiation, and then it came time for a bone marrow transplant. Well, they found a donor, just a complete stranger. We don't know who they are. We don't know, whatever. But a donor had a 100% match with my grandmother. That is next to a miracle when it comes to bone marrow transplants. Usually you're dealing with a certain percentage. There is very rarely someone who is a 100% match. So that upped my grandmother's chances of survival to 15%. Obviously, since she just passed away in January, she survived it. However, she was part of Beth Israel Hospital in Boston, which is one of the more well-known research hospitals, especially when it comes to cancer. And what happened was her blood, it's crazy. Her blood mutated, and it mutated in a way that they developed it's basically a serum from her blood that that you can inject into tumors, and it will wipe the tumor out. Her blood mutated into a cancer-killing serum while she had cancer. And so that is one of the things that she said that she was the most proud of, to have made it through all of the fighting that she did. What made it worthwhile was the fact that, at first she was all like, well, man, I must be able to become rich over this and everything like that. But then she's like, but you know what? Then I started seeing all these little kids and little babies who all had cancer, and she thought, that it was better, and the reason why she got cancer in the first place is she believes that it was to make it to where she could help all of those little babies and those kids who are fighting cancer with tumors and stuff like that. But yeah, she was an honorary X-Man. She really was. She went through cancer 4 times. A total of 4 times. She went through thyroid cancer, she went through leukemia, she went through colon cancer, and she went through lung cancer, which was the last bit. And she stuck out with the lung cancer for, let's see, about 3 years it's been, if not a little more. But yeah, she was a very strong lady, and I'm very proud of her. So, but yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that I like to tell people, because it is such a unique and unusual story, and not, and in truth, it honestly, it's true. And in Boston, her blood, it continues to help people with their cancer treatments. And so I'm very proud of her for that. And I'm very proud to be her granddaughter too. Because man, if if I'm stubborn, she was definitely stubborn. But yeah, so it's kind of it's one of those things. It was crazy when we found that out. It was pretty crazy. It was nuts when we were told that. Um, so it's three. She uh she was a very very strong lady. But yeah, she was an honorary X-Man. That it's yep. Look at that little axolotl butt. You can't really tell it's a little axolotl butt right now, but it's getting there. One, two, two, three. Um, I think I messed up. Let me see. Okay, so let's try this again. It's one, two, three, and we need two. One, two. Okay, that's where I was. I got mixed up. Two, two, three. One, two. But yeah, my family is a family of medical oddities. You know, with me, it's I mostly call it MS because it's just easier to explain that what I have is a neurological condition that is demyelinating. And it's basically, it acts the same way as MS. It's got the same things, but there is actually no official name my to what I have. Um, Other than the Ehlers-Danlos, we know for sure I have that. That's when the arm is all weird. Yeah, see, that's Ehlers-Danlos. That's what it does. Uh, is this three? I think so. Two. No, this is four. Four, two, three. One, two. And then five. Two. Three. And then a double. And then six. Two. Three. And two. One, two. And it just keeps on getting wider and wider. Mr. Harrison started similarly. He had to have a lung removed at age 14, and it was 3 months in the hospital, and he needed 2 gallons of blood across the operation and recovery. Yeah, said he wanted to give back. That's sweet. And once they realized he had that special antibody, he made that appointment every 2 weeks until he aged out of being allowed to donate. That's amazing. That's crazy. That's pretty astonishing. I like these little tidbits. Yeah. Trying to see. All right. So now it's 4 and an increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 2. My thing is like being weird. Like my Twitch on this screen, it keeps on throwing me off. Wait. I think I messed up. And that is what we call frogging. And we call it frogging because you rip it. It's the stupidest little joke, but I love it. But that is why we call it frogging. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2. 2, 2, 3, 4. What I'll probably end up doing is doing this in bits. Because there's no way I'm going to be able to finish it in one night. It's 1, 2. Yeah, I got thrown off again. Is this my 2? Yep, there it is. 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. One of these days I'll be able to do my own patterns. That would be awesome. 3, 2, 3, 4. I'm sure I could now, but I'm not confident in my ability to do so. Two, 3, 4. 2. 2, 3. Well, the rain's coming down because I can hear it in the gutter. There we go. It's really coming down now. Oof. I know y'all can't hear it, but oh man. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. She has a cute little butt. It's so cute. It's little. So there's another pattern that I really want for this little mushroom guy, and he's got little cheeks for his butt, and I think it's hysterical. I love it. I'll have to get it one of these days. Yeah. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we do 5. And we just can keep on increasing as we go. And that's how we get our shapes. It's really kind of neat, like the way that amigurumi works out. It's so, like, it really is kind of crazy the way that it shapes. I think I lost track of what I've got. And it's hard to tell when you've got fuzzy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess 5. I'll figure it out later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This honestly is some of the best yarn that I've, like, I love it. I think it's so great. It's so sparkly, and I should have grabbed more, but I had already spent so much. The other day, someone was doing acrylic on canvas of what looked like a raw chicken or quail balanced on a branch for some reason, and I finally asked if it was a photo reference or if she just had it sitting in front of the webcam slowly becoming unsafe to eat. It was a photo of a very light pink frog's butt. Definitely unsafe to cook and eat. Yeah, I'd say that's a... that works. That sounds about right. Which I need to do more paint and stuff like that. I know I did watercolor a couple days ago. It turned out terrible. But it was just me playing around with watercolor. One of these days I am definitely going to work a bit more. Sorry. And practice a bit more with my watercolor so that next time I decide to do it, it's not going to be terrible. Because it was awful. I've lost track of where I'm at. Alright, there it is. That's the dual. Sometimes I just have to frog it and then count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2. 1, 2, in 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another 2. 1, 2. Then, yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One. Now I get to count because I don't think I have it right. Her mods were rolling that so many people had come in, thought she was painting a raw chicken, and went, ah, yes, this tracks for this person. Yeah, I'll do more watercolors. I still have it all set up. In the other room, I haven't broken down any of it, so I might have to do that again. It was actually surprisingly very popular. Um, it's just I suck at watercolor. Like I don't suck at watercolor. I'm okay with it. It's just it yeah, I'm out of practice. I was very rusty. I don't get to I work so much on digital work with digital in Clip Studio so that like a lot of uh a lot of the times when I actually do something in traditional work, it's like it's been so long since I've worked on, say, in my markers or, on, on my watercolor, or it's been a while since I've gotten my acrylic paint out as well. I have so many canvases too that I probably should do a more painting streams. So more than likely, I will be doing more of those. Um, oops, why? That was weird. There we go. Um, I really need to do more of those traditional stuff. So since that's something that a lot of people are interested in, um, as I had mentioned like earlier in my stream, I don't remember if you were here yet. Um, I am going to be streaming a lot more often. Um, I've got to get out like a schedule as to what I'm gonna do and how I'm gonna do them. Like what days I'm gonna do what. Um, but because I'll be working with more days, I have the ability to do more content with different things. So, I can do paint one day, I can do digital artwork on another day, I can do crochet on another. There's just a lot that I can do. I can play games. Um, it just, it's I really like the freedom to be able to do a variety of content. So, Daniel Smith makes watercolor ground, which is basically gesso for watercolors to make them work on surfaces they usually wouldn't so much. That, I'll have to look into that because that sounds awesome. What I want, and I keep on getting like advertisements for them. I don't know how well they are, but there are these metallic watercolors that I keep on getting, these ads for, and watching the demos on them and everything like that. I'm like, "Oh, I want these so bad." But they're expensive. They're because they're all like actually like handmade and stuff like that. They are so expensive. So it's like, "Oh, great. I guess I'm going to have to wait and try, save up some money to be able to get some." But that's one of the things. Yeah, I know they're all over the place. I've got some cheapo, not metallic but pearlescent ones. Um and then I've got some uh Doc DM Martin, no, I think it's calligraphy. Um anyway, I have some metallic ink. Um so it's not necessarily watercolor, but it's generally watercolor. It's just a little it's a little different. Only slightly though. Um but yeah, I want to see. I'm really hoping and going to look into a lot more of the reviews on some of these metallic watercolors, because if I'm gonna spend that much money on them, I want to get the ones that are actually like work, like that do as well as they do. Um, I was gonna get, and I might still, because I know that Joann's hasn't. They're not closing until May, um, from what I understand. And our Joann's, the art stuff really wasn't on sale. Um, so I might go back and I might get some of the metallic Winsor and Newton metallic stuff to see what their metallics are. Which I might do that this week just to get one and see what they're like. Because then if I just get one, I understand what they're like, and yeah, that brand of the liquid watercolors is fugitive as hell. Yeah, some professional sequential artists have lost older originals to fading and in devastating ways. Yeah, it's a lot of the stuff that, like, when I do it, I try and make sure that they're steadfast. I think that's why I like to use the DM Martin, uh, Doc Martin inks. You can get them. I hate saying it, but you can get them at Hobby Lobby, but you can also get them at Michael's as well, I believe. Um, or you could just order them as well. Dick Blick, I'm sure, has some. Um, but uh, but yeah, they're a little more. They're like watercolors, but they're a little more vibrant. Their pigmentation is a bit thicker. And so what you basically do is that you can create washes with it. And so if you want to add, a little bit of water, uh, and you can basically work it like watercolor, um, by watering it down and stuff like that. So I've been playing around with those. Yeah, the PH Martins. Yeah. Um, which, I mean, they're supposedly steadfast, but I mean, I've haven't lost any color in any of the stuff that I've done. Um but yeah, I mean, maybe it's just something that they changed in the formula too, I don't know if they might have been steadfast at one point and just now they don't. um but my praying, which I love to say, like the the watercolor that I use the most is actually my old praying, your typical, like, you got at school, in your school art class, those watercolors. Um, I've been using mine since I got it in middle school. And I absolutely love it. The pigments are very bright. They're very, they're hydra. They're shoot, what's the name? They're definitely, they don't fade very much. Yes, they have two different kind. The PH Martins, yeah, they do have the India ink colors, and they have the liquid watercolor. Um, or liquid ink is basically kind of what they. It's considered an ink. Um, the next time I do uh my watercolor stream, I'll get them out and I'll show you um the bottle, and I'll find out what they say. But yeah, I mean, they're they're okay. I mean, I would. Prang's green ain't going anywhere. Pretty sure that one's got PG-7 and stains like a mother. Yes, it does. It really does. Um, that it's reds, definitely. The red is very harsh. But yeah, that green is not going anywhere. Um, but I love the pigmentation of it, and how you can work it. It's a lot easier to work than just, my Winsor and Newtons. I've got Winsor and Newton as well, and they're just as good. That's what blows my mind, is that these are, cheapo, elementary school watercolors, and they are just as good as Winsor Newton, which is like one of the highest, rated, watercolors, that's, next to uh you know, mixing your own. Um, it's yeah, it's there. It's good stuff. I absolutely love it. And they had a praying at Joann's that I was like really tempted to snag, but I'm like, no, I already have one. I haven't. The only color that is gone is the red. So, I'll worry about that later. Um, but yeah. So, let me see. Where am I at this point? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I think I'm supposed to have 42. So I think I do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then do 2. 1, 2. Here we go. You could set up light tests with your various materials and do stream content with that. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That would be fun. How to set them up initially, then coming back. Oh, yeah. And I've actually, what I've got right now on me, like, I can move my ring light to where you can see it a little bit better. I'm trying to think of different ways that I can both, put attention on the artwork as well as, having me in the corner and, being able to point things out and everything like that. I've got to figure out how to do that with my whole screen setup. There's a way to do it with OBS. It's just I'm working between two different computers. Like when I'm here, when I'm working with my when you see me with this backdrop, I'm usually on my desktop. Um and then like there's a lot I want to set up. Um but yeah, I want to do a lot more stuff outside, and I think with that I'll be using my laptop more. Um, but I have to like it's hard because I don't get a lot of light like either in this room or in the other room. So it's like I'd have to like stick it in the window. But, like I said, I really want to find a good one of those metallic sets. And maybe that's what I need to do. Like I start investing in more materials and yeah. See, I don't have windows. We have windows like over here. That's it. Which I could always put them in the window there. You don't really see it very often. Um but I know that like a lot of the fastness of the paints that I've had, um, it's hard to tell because they're all put away. Like all of my pieces are all put in archival boxes, so you really don't. The only thing that like really did not hold up to age was back when in high school when I was doing a lot of marker work, and then I was using rubber cement to stick them on collage backgrounds and stuff like that. Um, and eventually uh, it started eating away. The glue started eating away at the marker. So I lost a whole bunch of pieces to that, unfortunately. Um, yeah. So I'm not gonna use that ever again. Um, but uh, but yeah, I've got a whole bunch of different. I've got so many canvases. I just need to use up those canvases. And I have a bunch of watercolor paper. There's just a lot that I can do. And so that makes me really really happy that, I'll be able to offer that and a view into that as, I continue with streaming. Um oh, my marker stuff. I still love working with my markers. A lot of them have dried up though, so I need to get refills for them. Um, that's why you haven't really seen me do much marker work lately. It's just my markers are all dying. But I've had them for so long. I've had some of them since um uh when did I start getting Copics? I started getting Copics back in high school. So, yeah, I mean, the I've got some markers that are over 20 years old, so that have not been like refilled before, which shockingly they still have some ink in them. Who knew? Um, but yeah. Yeah, 25 years ago. Yeah. I've had them for a while. I've had them for quite some time. So, but but yeah, I really want to work more with more physical medium. Um though I'm not I'm doing exercises now to where I draw just for 5 minutes every morning, and I've been doing it. We have known each other for a whole lot, for a long long time. Um but yeah, but I've been doing them. I only started this week, these exercises, and it's just basically just drawing whatever. For 5 minutes, though. It's a 5 minute sketch. So I'm hoping that that might help me improve a bit more to where I can start drawing with like pencils a bit better, a bit more, because I've gotten so used to doing digital work and digital sketching that like things look weird when I do them in actual like pencil. Um it's still a mess too. Like my sketching is an absolute freaking mess. It is so messy. Um but uh but yeah, I lost track of where I'm at. Actually, looking at the time. Let's see. I've been on this since I lost power. It's been about an hour. So I'm trying to think of how long before that I'll be able to see. Let's see. Oh, wow. Yep. So I'm at about 4 hours now. Um, so I'm gonna put these over here. We will continue doing doing a little the little axolotl another day. But yeah, it's been about 4 hours, which is usually where I kind of start to settle. I go get something to eat, or I just snack and wait until Jay comes home. Um, but uh, but yeah, so I'm hoping. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it tomorrow because tomorrow I have a recording to do. Um, Normally those recordings would happen on Mondays, but we had to postpone because weather. Um, more more windy stuff was going on Monday as well. Um, so we had to postpone until tomorrow. So tomorrow I might not be able to get to streaming, but I'm hoping to do more to do more streaming, do more stuff on Wednesdays. Um, I know there's an ad figures. Uh, yep, I'll wait. I'll wait for. I know there's still people on YouTube. I'll wait for Twitch. Um, but essentially we're gonna be doing a whole lot more, um, which is exciting. Um, and that's what we've been talking about. Has been some of the stuff that I am planning on doing. Um, I do a lot of crafts as well as artwork and everything like that, and I know that um, a lot of people like to see that type of stuff. So that's something that I'm definitely going to continue doing. I would play Rival Wings for sure. I mean, it was interesting what last time I played. Um I'm definitely not the best at it, but you go in for Mog Tomes and it works anyway. But yeah, just let me know. Oh yeah, I need to do more fishing. That's for sure. I need to do more fishing, and then I need to try and get my stupid uh my rank in my grand company up so that I can get the essentially the grab bags. I've been saving all of my seals for that. Yeah, see, I'm not that great at PvP. Um, I run around like a chicken with my head cut off. It's just everywhere, everywhere. I am terrible at PvP. Um, most of the time when I do it, I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm so terrible at this. Um, but yeah, no, that would be a lot of fun. I need more people to play with. I don't play as often because I don't have a lot of people to play with. But yeah, I'll have to try and get on a little bit more often. And now I can plan to do that, especially on stream and the stuff that we're trying to plan for. It takes just um a lot of plotting and trying to figure out, scheduling and what days would be best for what, or what times would be best for what. And yeah, I think it'd be fun. I think doing I need to do more PvP. I need to do um more Chloe journal. That's like my what gets to me, like it arg. Um I like doing the Criterion dungeons. I've actually been able to like go through some of them without dying, which is great. Um and there's quite a few of the dungeons that I've been trying to get minion drops in. Um those are ones that I need to work on. But that's my plan in Final Fantasy, at least, because I really don't have much else other than that. Uh like I said before, I'll be doing on Thursday. Um one day Chloe will get to hear stories from your characters one day. Yeah, no, she doesn't get to hear many stories from mine either. And mine's been going at it for a long time. But oh shoot, I just had it and I can't remember now where I was going. Um am I still going? It looks it. Okay, yeah. Oh, you only see Chloe at special events, not far enough in MSQ. Well, we'll work to try and get you through MSQ too. Um, Still live, which is great. Though it makes me feel like I probably need to get going because that sounded very electricity-ish, and I don't like the way that that sounded. But my backup caught it. Um, but at that point, I'm probably gonna call it. Um, the storms are just kind of getting a bit too rough with my internet. Uh, and so I think I'd feel a bit more comfortable with my system shut down. Um, but the next uh yeah, I can raid. Let me see. Let me go back to. I need to get to it. Go back to my channel. No, I don't care about that. I don't. All right, who am I looking for? I don't have many people, I have to say, but I have enough. Veiled Gray. All right, let me see. Uh, Let me find. Where's my search? There it is. You might be able to. Oh, I think I found them. All right. Let's see. Yep, that's Genshin. Okay, so now I have to figure out how to do this. I've actually never raided anybody before. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. Darn it. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. I don't know how to do it. Raid username? Okay. Let me go back to my channel. I can do that. Alright, let's try it. Boop. Hey, and the raid is gone. Yay. Let me type in. Oh, okay, I got it. Well, with that, I wish you guys a good night. I will see you guys on Thursday. On Thursday, once again, we will be going through the character creator for Dune Awakening. It's pretty in depth, and I'm excited for it. So it'll be some great times. We'll make some cool and maybe weird looking characters. So I will see you guys next time. All right. Bye.